Live from YMSL Studios. Welcome to the Dashless Report. I'm Bobby Marabia with my guest host NRJ, back for another year, and Douglas Dweck. Douglas, today you were voted by Peter Gammons from ESPN as the most hated captain in the history of team sports. I'm sure you're proud of that.
Rightfully so. I think it's rightfully so.
I'm sure you're very proud. Norman, you had a busy off-season covering a lot of events for the YMSL.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us what you did in the off-season?
Well, I watched a lot of film of all the YMSL players that came over from the now defunct Brooklyn League. Long overdue for that league to go away. And I'm very interested in seeing how a lot of these new players are going to fare in our major leagues, is what we like to call it here.
Yeah, a lot of that's the big question in everybody's minds. Are they going to have the same success, or they're going to find the challenging of the defense much better and the numbers go down? So that's going to be very interesting. As you know, the big story in the off season was the expansion to 10 teams from really basically 7. You don't want to count the ineligible bachelorettes. There were really 3 new teams this year. A lot of new guys, over 30 players, and it promises to be an amazing year. So a lot of stuff to catch up on in this show. We got review all the teams and do our usual preseason predictions and analysis. And we were all wrong last year. Obviously, nobody picked Insane to win the championship. I don't think we even picked them to make the playoffs. But hopefully, if your team gets picked not to make it, you have a good shot. It's a good shot. And
well, the good thing so far about this year is that the draft happened. Everything went smoothly. There wasn't a team like the Bachelors that brought their own team and decided to make a joke of the league like they did last year. Everyone seems very serious this year, and even though we expanded to 10 teams, it looks like on paper that the quality of play is going to be right where it's always been. It looks like we got the top players from the other leagues.
No, we did get the top players. We kept talking as we were looking at the draft, the rosters. The depth of this league was incredible. I mean, you were getting stars in the 7th, 8th round that were normally 4th round picks, and it was just nonstop. 9th round, you were getting a good short center fielder. So we were just it's going to be an exciting year. I think you're really going to earn your way to the championship this year. I think with 10 teams, it's definitely a hard-fought battle.
Another thing that we should mention is about the replacements. So there are no replacements this year.
Yeah.
So if unless you're missing 3 guys for the playoffs, you won't be getting a player. So the depth is really important. The flexibility of your players, can they move around? If you're out a third baseman, can someone else move into that position? So that's going to be, it's like an Iron Horse tournament almost.
And then that's a very good rule, because every year, as we know, it drives everybody in the league office crazy. It drives all the captains crazy. There's always controversy over who could replace who. Are they injured? Are they not injured? Why aren't they there? This one's better than that one, worse than that one. Now we have none of that. You have your team. If someone can't come, too bad. Someone else has to fill it.
The truth is, honestly, it's always been like that in the years past. Somebody has to step up. You have a good left fielder, you can play center. You have a good third baseman, I'm sure you can play short.
Right.
And you just got to, when you pick your team, you got to know that these guys are dedicated. But shortages of guys never been an issue in the league. It's unless they had somewhere they had to go, travel or whatever, they never missed a week. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. But it's definitely going to be a rule that everybody's going to have to look carefully into as the year goes on. So now we usually do the analyze each team, and we'll get to that in a minute. But what did you think of the Brooklyn guys coming in general? I mean, the whole idea of.
I'll tell you the truth. I didn't know a lot of them before the draft. Jimmy Malach was on my team. Never saw him play. Don't really know much about him. I just remember him from the tournament, just hitting and limping to first. That's all I knew. But when I started looking at the stats from the Brooklyn League, you saw that we got most of the better players that were on the top of the list. So I have a few on my team, and I'm excited to play with some new players from that league.
Yeah.
I think it's a great thing, because everybody knows, despite what they say, that our league is the best league. It's always been the best league. it used to have the Shul League, then there was a Brooklyn League, and there's a Night League, and this and that. Everyone knows the YMSL is the Premier League. There's no reason why the premier players from every league aren't coming here.
Right, shouldn't want to
So
play here.
this is where everyone belongs here.
And that's why they came.
Yeah, I think they were just waiting for the opportunity to jump ship, and that was their ultimate goal. So we're gonna we have a great show tonight. Not only are we gonna it's the first Dashless report that we're actually on live, so we're gonna analyze each team, make some predictions, and then we're gonna open up the phone lines to our many viewers that I'm sure have a lot to say.
It's always interesting opening up the phone lines.
You have no idea how interesting.
You were on assignment last week. I'm sure you heard some of the death threats Douglas was getting.
Yes, I heard when we get to Douglas's team, I'm sure there's a lot to discuss. It seems like he drafted a team and doesn't want any of them, but we'll get there.
Well, maybe
we even turned sweetheart Chucky Abadi like livid into he was foaming at the mouth, if you can believe it. But
all right, so we're going to start off. We'll start off with Jack Jamal, who we might add, great news for Jack Jamal today. Him and his wife Joy celebrating the birth of twin girls.
Beautiful.
Just a few hours ago. So you know what that means, Douglas? That means you're going to draft them next year.
For sure.
Right?
Can I take him this year?
Well, I mean, there's somebody else's kids in the league. You got to take them.
For sure.
That's Douglas's rules.
That's very funny, by the way.
That's Douglas's rules.
100%. I wanted Marty, but you locked him in.
So Jack coming off a championship year, and basically the same team as last year. 7 out of the 11 guys. But the big difference, obviously, is in pitching. He doesn't have Steve Azer this year. He has second-year player Leo Casson, but really a rookie as far as pitching goes.
Right.
Douglas, you had him last year. Why don't you tell us a little about Leo?
I had him last year. He was the pitcher on the Hillel team. Actually, I looked at his ERA today. On the Hillel team, it was 1.63 on the Hillel team. So he really pitched well on that team. And he pitched for us here and there last year, but he throws fast. He throws strikes. He definitely has a future in the league. It might be the type of thing where he has a big career and we say, remember we got that guy as a rookie. He could be another one of those. So he'll be good.
Right. To me, it looked like early in the draft, Jack was looking to just repeat his exact same team when he got Morris and Jaime Shama and, of course, the greatest first baseman in the history of baseball, including Albert Pujols, is Sammy Towell, of course, who's the greatest on both sides, defense and offense. But then he went in a little bit of a different direction with Ike, his brother Ike Jamal, and Buka making a comeback.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Leo Casson as pitcher, but I never really saw him pitch. He's inexperienced, but maybe he'll be great. Maybe the hitters won't recognize him, so he'll have some early success. But obviously, any team with Morris is dangerous.
Yeah.
We know that. But Leo Casson on the mound, we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah. And David Gindey was his coach.
Right.
At Hillel, so I'm sure he's used to the pressure.
Yeah. If you look at the defense, the same exact infield as last year, which is amazing. Jack Jamal at third, Mo Shama at short, Adam Jamal short center, Jaime Shama at second, Sammy Towell first. Outstanding defensive.
It's an excellent infield, and Adam at short center was very good last year and didn't get enough recognition. He made a lot of good plays last year.
Yeah, and the outfield, I think the big question with me is going to be Buka. Can he play full-time in the outfield? He's coming off some injuries.
Where are they looking for, a right or left?
No, they have him in right. I look at Eli had it to play a platoon with him a little bit, so maybe if he can't go 2 games. But he took off a few years, so we'll see how his body holds up if he still has the same bat. If he does, it's a major steal they got.
Right.
And the kid Eli Harari you had on your team, I think he's going to have a breakthrough year.
Yeah, Eli was great. He actually hit a ball over the fence. I don't know if there were any other plays that hit it over. Was it against you?
Memorial 3.
It wasn't against me. I don't think it was against us.
Yeah.
Buka, I faith in Buka. Buka always steps up when needed. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, no, he'll be good. And Harari's Ike Jamal, you know what you're getting in center field.
Right.
Incredible
I had him also.
Incredible defense.
Yeah.
I guess the big question, if Leo can just hold his end of the bargain, I think they're going to be a formidable team.
Yeah.
And of course, with the experience of Marty managing the team, it's definitely going to help.
Right.
Also, so we all agree they're probably a playoff team.
Yeah,
I'd say.
I would say they're a playoff
How
team.
many
so we're
teams
gonna
make
see.
the playoffs with this format?
We're doing 7 teams. The first place team gets a bye.
Okay.
2 play 7, 3 play whatever.
Right,
2
3,
play
6,
in,
4, 5. Gotcha.
play, and then the 4.
It's actually an interesting twist we have
Yeah,
this
we
year.
changed
where,
actually the playoff
where the
format.
top seed gets to choose their opponent. So we'll have a lot of fun with that on the show. We'll see who they pick. So
That'll be great when
Yeah.
it's time to make the pick and they
Right.
pick a different team.